have never liked math. I have never been good at it. The highest I got, which after writing my papers for about 3 or 4 times, was a D. Math shouldn't define who I am. It's one subject that is an enemy to me. I detest it. Mathematics and I don't get along. If you tell me to find X in an equation and I can't find it, I'm not going to stress myself. It can be demoralizing. Like you feel like even though you're good at all other subjects, this particular subject is proving that you are not all that good. A lot of young people now even think going to China to get goods to come and sell is better than sitting in the classroom.
My name is Yaw Agyei, and welcome to Life After School. Does school really determine your future, or that is what we've been told? For years, we've measured success by grades and degrees. But what if life has other plans? In a world where dropouts build empires and top students still struggle, it's time we ask real questions. Welcome to Life After School, the podcast where we explore the truth about education, success, and everything in between. Whether you're a straight A student, a university dropout, or just trying to figure things out, this is the space for you. Let's challenge the system, hear real stories, and also discover what really shapes our future beyond the classroom. Life after school. School ends, but the journey doesn't. And welcome to Life After School. My name is Yaw Agyei. My guest today goes by the name Caritas. She tells me Caritas in Latin means charity. She is walking her name by being charitable to society. Welcome to Life After School, Caritas Aryee.
Thank you, Yao, for having me.
And how are you doing, Caritas?
I'm doing great, thank you. How are you?
I am very well. So, for the purposes of today, we would want to learn about your academic and career background. So, without wasting much time, Caritas, for those who are watching at home who don't know who Caritas is, if you can give us a brief introduction of who Caritas is.
Okay, hi, my name is Caritas Aryee, and born and bred Ghanaian, of course. My dad is Ghana, my mom is Fanti, and up until last week, Thursday, I had lived in Ghana all my life, so I just moved to the States. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I run an NGO that has been in existence for close to 13 years. We have done so many things to impact Ghanaians, and currently we are building a school for a town called Noah Chrome. The school project is ongoing. I am the team lead for Tatas and Friends, which is the NGO, the conveners of Kinky for the Needy. If you've ever heard of Kinky for the Needy, my team and I are behind that fundraiser. Actually, one of the biggest, if not the biggest outdoor fundraiser in Ghana at the moment. Aside from that, I'm just a Ghanaian girl, loves to create content. So yeah, content creator and influencer as well. And, I'm just taking life one day at a time. That's basically me.
So, taking life one day at a time.
Right.
I want us to go back to your educational journey. When did your educational journey start for you?
Okay. To the best of my knowledge, to the time that I realized that I'm a human being, which I would say when I was a child, my education started from humble home located at Dakuma Nyamiche. Yeah, that was my nursery school. And then I moved from there to St. Anthony's JSS. Everybody knows Cheche Kule. Cheche Kule's mother was the founder of St. Anthony's. I was specifically at the Odoko branch till JSS 2 when my mom and I moved from Odoko official town to Latibi Okoshi. And this school had a branch in Latibi Okoshi as well. So for proximity and also, cost saving, I switched branches from Odoko to Latibiokoshi. And then, so that was for basic education. I went on to Agri Memorial African Methodist Episcopal Senior Secondary School and completed in 2006. From there, I have done diploma in marketing. I also went to NIIT for computer literacy, or I would say literacy in IT. And then I went to Alliance Française as well. I still can't speak French, but I guess someday I'll try to learn French. From this place, I went to the government secretarial school. So I am a trained secretary under the civil service. From government secretarial straight to Wisconsin University to study human resource management. And I have not attempted to do my master's yet. I think now I will. In the coming year, I will look into doing my master's, but I ended at the degree at my BSc in human resource.
Okay, so Agri Memorial Episcopal something.
African Methodist Episcopal.
Is that the same Agri Memorial we know?
Yes, but we know it as Agri Memorial. The full name is Agri Memorial. When you see the crest, you would see AME Zion. So I just gave you the full name as African Methodist Episcopal Senior Secondary School.
That's interesting. I never knew Agri Memorial had, like, the acronym was that long.
So yes, so it's Agri Memorial AME Zion Secondary School.
Right.
So
right.
Yeah, I broke down. I just showed you the meaning of the AME.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want us to go into Agri Memorial. What program did you take at Agri Memorial?
In Agri Memorial, I studied general arts, literature. Yeah, so I studied general arts, the normal core subjects, and then my electives were literature. I think French. I don't remember, but yeah, I think there was French as well. But basically more surrounding English.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for people who go into a class like that, the very English class in high school, they do have sometimes, most of the time, have a phobia for mathematics. What was your relationship with mathematics like?
Never been good.
So for me, right, I'm going to use myself as an example. When I wrote my WASI, my first attempt at the WASI, I had an F9 in mathematics.
Yeah.
Luckily for me, my dad knew my deficiencies. So same year, he had registered me to write NOVDEC. And when I wrote NOVDEC, I came out with a C6. And the first question my dad asked me is, "Hey, Yaw, now why now you copy no?" To mean, "Hey, Yaw, who did you copy to be able to get the C6?" I want to take you back into time with my own story. What was your experience with mathematics when you wrote the WASI?
I was part of the first. We were the first year group to write WASI, 2006. I have never liked math. I have never been good at it. I don't know, maybe I'll be good at it someday. I don't know when, but my math has never been good. The highest I got, which after writing my papers for about 3 or 4 times, was a D. Mathematics and I don't get along, really. And it's kind of affecting me a bit now that I run a business, but at least I can do the basic accounting, like very basic accounting. So I have never been a fan of math. I still am not a fan of math. I have to be honest. And I respect people who are good at math because it really challenges your brain, you know. It's a thought-provoking subject, if you ask me. It works your brain. Like you think so much to arrive at certain things, because if you tell me to find X in an equation and I can't find it, I'm not going to stress myself, to be honest.
So in finding X in an equation, right? I know it's difficult for a lot of people. And for
Mm-hmm,
someone like you who has attempted the WASI um, written of deck for about 2-3 times,
mm-hmm,
where your bane was mathematics,
mm-hmm.
mentally, what does it do to students if they keep on repeating the mathematics paper? What was your
Okay.
experience like?
It can be demoralizing. Like you feel like even though you are good at all other subjects, this particular subject is proving that you are not all that good. You know what I mean? It's it was one of the subjects that made me feel like a failure, honestly, because how and why don't I get it? And whenever I think I have gotten it is when I haven't gotten it at all. So it's one of the papers that made me cancel out university, actually. I just felt like, nah, every university wants you to at least have a good grade in math. Okay, I wish that can change. I mean, I wish you can look at other things that I'm good at to admit me into a university. Math shouldn't define who I am, right? When it comes to entering a university, it's one subject that is an enemy to me. I detest it. I don't know. Maybe someone can get me to like it, but it slowed me down. So I'm not a big fan of it, honestly.
Okay, so I want you to look into this camera, right? And
Mm.
send a message to the Ghana Education Service, send a message to Haruna Idrisu, who is, I believe, the Minister of Education.
Oh, he.
If you were to propose reforms for
Mm-hmm,
mathematics education,
mm-hmm.
and also mathematics being a prerequisite to go into mainstream university, what message would you send to the Ghana Education Service and also
Oh,
the Minister of Education?
the Ghana, mathematics is good. Listen, I have my own battle with mathematics. It doesn't mean it cuts across, but I wish there's a better way to teach the math to make it very easier for people to understand and for people to love it. If the curriculum can be looked into, because complexity doesn't automatically mean intelligence. Okay, making the thing so complex for the students doesn't immediately mean that you are pushing the student to learn the thing. You need to let the students love the subjects, want to learn it, and then now they learn it actually. But don't make it in such a way that the student just wants to pass their exam and drop the book and forget about it. So we need to cultivate the habit of teaching the children to love what they are learning. Once somebody loves what they are learning, you don't tell them to go and pick their book to read or learn. They automatically just lean towards reading and learning it all the time. So for me, I think that there's a lot of complexity in our educational system. If we can relook at it and make education a bit more easier and attractive, that would be good. Because a lot of people are a lot of young people now even think going to China to get goods to come and sell is better than sitting in the classroom, you know. So they are both good things. You can go to China and sell, you can also sit in the classroom, but let's make education attractive and interesting so that at least everybody can have the basics. At least. At least everybody can get to secondary school, or even the university. I know some people can't afford it, which is sad, but let's make it in such a way that people can get to a certain point, which which should just, make it just let's make it easier for people to get to a certain point. Failing students and making them rewrite resits does not make it the system a serious one. No, honestly, it doesn't. It shows our weakness more. So maybe we can look into making education more interesting for the children so that they would love to be, studying.
So I want us to move away from the mathematics conversation. But in our current Ghanaian society, right? as you mentioned, some kids are looking to go to China instead of pursuing education.
Yeah.
Our society has been programmed to be a money society.
Mm.
Regardless of what you do, all you need to do is to get money. Kids are no more prioritizing education. Where are we getting it wrong as a society?
Think that we are getting it wrong. Money is good. Let me just clarify that. Money is good. Money runs the economy. Okay. But I think it is what our children are getting exposed to now. The exposure we are given is not the very relevant things. People are doing academically well and would love to impact the society, but they don't have the platform to do that. You understand? People are people are doing things that are worth emulation, but nobody's talking about it. So our children are not privy to what is happening in those sectors. Our children are privy to flashy lifestyles. Our children are seeing luxurious cars by young people. Our children are seeing people throw money in the club. Our children are seeing a lot of crazy things. They don't know the process, how these people got their money. They don't know how everything came about. They just see the results and it's like, I want in no matter what. So for me, it's basically what we are exposing our young ones to. Okay, there are so many ways that even as a society, we can groom these young ones. For instance, my nephew finishes school and my sister wants him to go and learn carpentry or plumbing or something, to so that he can have a skill. These days we do not have children who want to learn to have a skill. It is because we are not even showing or exposing them to the fact that in this current world, having a skill is a plus. Having a skill in addition to your education is a plus. Example, there's a doctor who is a makeup artist. That's a skill in addition to a major career. You understand? And so as a society, we are exposing the young people to the very wrong things. We are not screaming enough. The things we scream about are the very irrelevant stuff. And that's why I think we are getting it wrong.
So I want us to speak about our educational system. I am a product of the University of Ghana and
Mm,
also a product of West Africa Secondary School.
okay.
Um, at the University of Ghana, there is a guidance and counseling office. And
Mhm,
even in my high school, I believe we had a guidance and counseling office as well. I can tell you that even students of Legon barely set foot in the guidance and counseling office.
mhm,
Um, when we are choosing after WASI, when we are choosing our pathways, so for you, you went to secretarial school. For someone else, maybe they chose to do mathematics in one of the universities or go do engineering in a school. Um, for us as students, we practically choose programs by ourselves without professional advice.
mhm.
To you, if you had the opportunity, how key would you say professional advice would help in choosing a career path? Like you mentioned in plumbing, let's say if parents and their children sat down to see where the strengths were, what do you
Mhm.
think the advantages of that would be?
Oh, we would have a lot more. What would I call that? Like, we'd have a lot more of people with a different set of skills. Okay, we would have people, one person have who is like multi-talented or who has multiple things doing, and they're actually going to be good at all of them. Example, I studied HR um, because I loved how I would see my godmother, who is the HR of Standard Chartered Bank at that time. I liked how she was working. I liked how she knew every stuff. She knew the interviews, who was hiring, yada, yada, yada. But in the long run, I have not ever used my HR skills. I'm using it for my business. I have always wanted to be a full entrepreneur, businesswoman, and that's what I am at the moment. I mean, up until I left the country, my business is still running, even though I'm here. You understand? So, for me, we should encourage more of career counseling and guidance because it is the only way to be able to tap into what our children are really good at, and then we know how to encourage them to get into that space instead of wasting time to go and do something that they don't want and then now come back and do what they want. Most people went to school to get certificates for their parents, you know. I would always say that my mother would frame my certificate because that's not what I'm doing
Mm, I
at
see.
home. For my For my master's, I intend to have that career counseling guidance
Oh,
before I decide on what I want to. I actually know what I want to do. I just want to be sure of it.
so you definitely could use my service. I am also an HR person. I
Mm,
specialize in talent acquisition, where
mm,
I basically recruit for positions for my company. And
mm,
also, I just started a career advice service. It's called Wodachi by Yaw Agyei. And
mm.
basically, what we do is to give career advice and academic advice to students and professionals who are looking to enter to go into education or go into the work world. So, moving from that conversation, I want us to go into um, the idea behind Tatas and Friends or K&K for the Needy, because K&K for the Needy started before Tatas and Friends. Which is which?
Tatas and Friends. Thank you for the Needy Set Tatas and Friends initiative. So
Okay.
Tatas and Friends
So,
started a year before Thank you for the Needy.
okay. So, what was the motivation factor for you to start something like Tatas and Friends?
Oh, um, my name Caritas means to give, and it also means charity in the Catholic Church. It's a Latin name. Um, I think that I would always say in an interview that names have effect. And so be careful the kind of name you give to your child. If you're naming your child Cleopatra, you know who Cleopatra is or was in the Bible. Um, you've heard who Cleopatra is. And don't be surprised if your child picks up certain traits of Cleopatra because it's names and effect. I was just living my name starting Tatas and Friends. Um, giving back. I am overly generous. I would say I am overly generous. If I had my way in, I had everything this world could ever. There will never be a hungry person or a needy person anywhere. And that's why I started Tatas and Friends, just to give back basically, but also to touch people at a point where their lives change, like their lives just change. And for us, we think that we have lived up to that. And after 13, let's see, 2026 will be 13, but after 13 years, we are on our biggest project years, which is to rebuild an entire school in a community that is so hidden. If I take anybody there, they'll wonder if people live there, but people actually do live there. And so Tatas and Friends is just my way of giving back. But currently, I'm not alone. I have a team that I work with, and they are absolutely amazing. Most of them have been in it for 11 years, some 10 years, some all the 13 years. And this has been how we give back. For Kinky for the Needy, it's a fundraiser. So we sell kinky and its accompaniment at a higher price to raise funds. That's basically what it is. So instead of buying your kinky for 5 CDs, you probably buy it for 10 or 12 CDs with us. And we would, at the end of the day, raise all the funds that we need to back on the project.
So, 13 years into Tatas and Friends. Some people have stayed for 11 years or even more. What
Yeah.
has been that binding factor for you? I have seen some charitable organizations spring up and fold right away in a few years, but
Mhm.
you have achieved longevity.
Yeah.
What would you attribute this longevity to?
Okay, so I would not sit here and talk like someone who has had it all perfect, running Tatas and Friends. Between 2020 and 2021, we had a pitfall where we had to stay put and then bounce back in 2022. But yes, we have had longevity. Within the time we even had a pitfall, we were still donating quietly to some people. Um, this is, for me, God is the main factor in everything that I do. It's a call, and I think that when you are genuinely called to something, God will give you the grace for longevity. Um, if we were doing this for selfish gain, you would tell. But here we are. We've raised so much money, and most of us, our lives were still the same. Nothing changed. Not a new car, not a flashy lifestyle, etc., etc. Um, we have also built a brand that people trust. And in no way would we want to ruin that after all these years. And so we are grateful that we have integrity, okay, that people trust us enough to embark on things on their behalf. For longevity, I think that apart from God, the people in the team love being there. And it is who they are. They also love to give back. So it's not even about the fact that we have built a brand and we have a name and that's why they are there. Naturally, they are givers as well. But as you may know, sometimes it's not everybody that is called to lead. Some people are called to serve. And so, and they will thrive and be seen in their servitude. And that's what is happening. So yeah, um, longevity is just linked to God, first of all, and how much we love doing what we do, basically.
So I look at your social media, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you seem to have attracted for yourself a lot of people and
Mm-hmm.
a lot of popular people as well. Is there anything that you are doing different to be able to attract people who matter in society?
Okay. Thank you very much. I honestly, I I don't think I'm doing anything different. Authenticity is the order of the day for me. Um, Everything you see there is what I am, except that, if I am like 100%, I'm just serving the public a part of me. So it's not really fully, well, you know what I mean. I'm not giving them the full experience because there's a part of me I would like to keep to myself, you know. But everything that I put out is still me. There's no difference when you meet me. I'm bubbly, I'm fun. When I'm quiet. And I just think that I do not like to conform to the norm or the normal. That's one. And I, because of some of the things I dislike, like unfair treatment, yes, I'm able to say some things like coming from a place of truth, like I am not going to be moved by the fact that because somebody is popular and I want to be seen with them, then everything that they tell me to do is what I'm going to do. you know, and I do not seek the public validation over the way I live. There's a way that when you want to be popular, people want to be popular, they get close to all these big shots and then almost serve them, sort of, so that people can see them. But I will always say that when you want to serve somebody, ask God who you should serve because that will determine what is going to happen to you. If you serve the wrong person for a long time, that's time wasted. Your potential, everything gone down the drain. If you serve the right person for long, that is time gained. That is talent gained. That is skill improved. I don't know if I'm making sense. The more
Yes,
you,
you are.
yes. So for me, any popular person that you think I know or may have attracted got attracted to me by my authenticity. Nothing else. There was nothing major. They found me funny, so they followed me to laugh, that kind of thing. They found me true to myself. They followed me to just enjoy that. They found out that there's one girl who can actually talk to the president boldly without being disrespectful, but also passing on grievances of the country. And why not? So every popular person I know, our alliance happened from a place of, oh, I think I like her, she's cool. Hi. Yes, and that's it. There was never a moment of, oh my God, I'm fangirling you. No, it can never be me. The only person I fangirl is Nana McBrown. That is one person I have loved since childhood. I still love, and I really appreciate who she is. And she's a friend. She's amazing. She showed up at Kinky for the Needy 2 years ago, and I tell you, it's almost as if God used it to seal something that people were thinking in their heads. You know, there are some people when they endorse what you do, it sends a loud message. You don't need to talk much. And I see Nana McBrown as that person for me. And I respect her a lot. And I mean, I really do respect her and I appreciate her. So for all the popular people, and just to say that I knew most of them also in the early days of social media. You know, somebody like Caroline, Giovanni, Bellamundi, some of the names I've even forgotten, like Nashoko. Some of these people, I knew them in the early days, early days. And so it's not a thing of, oh my God, now that they are so high, that's when I'm coming to. No. I knew them online in the early days, and I see the growth in all of us, you know. So it's more of my authenticity being a thing and being very relatable with people, if you ask me.
Okay. So, in terms of that, right? There are a lot of people who clamor for a following on
Mm-hmm,
social media.
mm-hmm.
With the youth, who are on social media, people would practically go naked. People will practically do very stupid things
Okay,
to attract a following.
okay.
With this being a career and education platform,
Mm-hmm.
I want you to send a message to someone who is coming out of, say, high school, who
Okay,
is looking to be popular. What would you
oh,
say to them?
okay. Um, you see, you don't need to go naked. Mhm. You don't need to go naked on the internet to get a following. You know, you don't need to do something that you are not to gain a following, because you see, it is difficult to live a lie. People don't say it much. Very difficult. The moment you lie, you continue lying to keep up. The moment you start a platform with nudity, that is the kind of audience you attract. Anything else you bring, they are not listening. They prefer the nudity. There's a crowd and audience for everything. So I need you to choose the one that you want. Do you want to continue to show your body, your skin on the internet and attract thirsty men who don't know their left from their right, who just want to talk about sex? Or do you want to have a platform where you show your knowledge and so you attract opportunities that will propel you? I'm not even going to talk, like at a point on the internet, I would wear my shorts and my top braless, you know, all of that. There was a phase or there was a point like that. But one thing did not shift. I was stuck to all the things that I did not sway. I remember when I encountered Christ more deeply, I said I was having a wardrobe change and I was going to be covered up every time. So much that even when I have to leave my house to Bachona Total and I'm wearing shorts, I go into my car, I come back and I find a long kimono that can cover me up because I do not want unnecessary attention. Nudity is not the way. I stand against nudity. I don't even care what anybody thinks or what it will make me lose from people. But nudity online to gain attention and then you justify it as you being yourself, I don't think that you want to be embarrassing yourself. There are so many ways to portray body positivity. We are losing it as a generation when it comes to these things. And I wish people who had influence and platforms would talk more about it. But guess what? We live in a society where when you talk about it, then how dare you talk about how someone wants to live, you know? So that also comes to play. So, for instance, me, I'm very careful of how I
Mhm.
talk about these things. Yeah. So for young people that are coming, I would say that you curate your social media, choose what you want social media to do for you. You will choose it. For instance, I chose what I wanted it to do for me. It has been nothing but good. So you choose it. So if you choose it to be bad for you, it will be. If you choose it to be good for you, it will be. That's it. Don't be a controversial person. Don't be, now social media is very crazy. People can find you. People can find where you live people can find you. And so when you are threading, just thread cautiously and make sure that despite whatever you are doing, you are not hurting anybody, you are not harming anybody. You are just impacting mostly, or you're just being yourself, or you're just having fun, you know. Yeah.
Well, in the words of Langabell, he says, thank you for your word, so sweet.
Mm,
I want us to speak about a phenomenon in Ghana. They call it streetism. Um, you find kids of school going age on the
mm-hmm,
streets. Governments have come, governments have gone.
mm-hmm,
But these children keep appearing on the streets. Some not even Ghanaian, but once they are on the Ghanaian soil, they are Ghana's responsibility.
mm-hmm,
What are we doing wrong as a society? A policeman would be on the street. He would see them at during school hours and not
mm-hmm,
say anything. The
mm-hmm,
minister would sit in his car, go to
mm-hmm,
parliament, go for a cabinet meeting, ignore them. Everyday people like us would see them and say nothing. If you were to send a message to government, since they have oversight responsibility over all of us, what
mm-hmm.
message would you send to government since you work with needy people?
Okay. These children we are talking about have grown up in a certain mindset and also have also come to learn a new mindset on the streets. And so before you get such children off the streets, you have a long way to go. I'm saying this out of experience. Okay. In a country where our system is not so structured, people who are in charge of such things are not doing the work. They go and sit in their offices and take monthly salary, you know, because if you are doing it, we should be seeing an improvement, but we are not. These kids find themselves sleeping in places where um they are trading something for it. Example, some of these kids come into the streets, steal from the average Ghanaian, and they have a don or something sitting somewhere that they go and report to. That person in turn is the one probably giving them food, shelter, you know, and all that. We are not doing anything wrong as a society. We are doing everything wrong as a country. We need a structure on these things. We need the systems to work. We need those in charge of such things to make an effort. Let us see it. Because the kind of mindset these children have, when you're taking them from the streets, it's not easy. You probably have to do a thorough counseling on them before you take them off the streets because they like the freedom on the streets. When you take them in, you are going to keep them at home. If they have to go somewhere, they have to ask for permission. All of that's a problem for them. You understand? So it's a it's not easy to get them off there. It's a thing where it will go through a lot of process to be able to get them to the point where they understand that their future is more important, not the streets. Some of these kids, all they've known is the streets. All they have known is the streets. It will amaze you that it's not just the kids, even the people who beg in wheelchairs. There was an expose, I don't know where I saw it, where we found out that they go and tender sales to somebody, the beggars who, yeah, tender sales to someone daily. So For instance, me, when I'm in traffic, until I'm led by the Holy Spirit to give you money, I'm not giving you. It's not coming from a bad place. It's a place of making sure that it goes to the person who actually what needs it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So everything you have said is based on structure. We need a proper structure when it comes to children. Children. I think our structure is just. It's not like we don't have a structure. It's actually shaky and weak. We need to hold people accountable for things. And so that's one of the things that worries me.
So to the minister of I don't know which minister is responsible,
I
but then
actually
I think who is responsible?
Women and Children Affairs.
Okay, so to the Minister of Children and Women Affairs, we've had a lot of ministers who have come and gone.
Mhm.
This is an opportunity for you as a minister to make your mark before you leave
Yeah.
office. So Caritas is saying that put up structures that would help in eradicating or taking children from the
Okay.
streets to
Mm,
our classrooms. So Caritas, I think I have just about two more questions and I'll let you go. So you did mention that you've moved away, you've moved out of Ghana.
yeah.
Recently,
Mhm.
a lot of Ghanaian youth have left Ghana.
Mhm.
People would cry foul and say this is brain drain. But
Yeah.
for you as a Ghanaian youth, why do you think the average Ghanaian youth would move out of Ghana in search of greener pastures?
I think it's obvious the unemployment rate. I wasn't part of the unemployment rate. Um, group because I was an entrepreneur. So I was chasing my future myself by the grace of God and I was working hard. Most people leave because the job opportunities ones are not there. And also they don't see any future for themselves in Ghana. Again, based on the system that we have. I think that's the reason why most people left. I am one of the people that has hope in Ghana, that believes that Ghana will stand, Ghana will rise with time. Um, I moved to come and be with my parents because I haven't been with my mom in a long time. She left when I was in SS2. So my moving was, I don't know what I would call my moving, but my
Family
moving,
necessitated?
yes, and it was just important. I chose what's important in my life over, I don't know, the rest. And I'm grateful to God for that because I think that because my mom wants me to make something more out of like I'm already doing well, but I can do more with a good system. I don't know if I'm making sense
Yeah,
because it's
you are trying to say that you are in a system which has more opportunities than Ghana would
yes,
offer.
yes, that Ghana would offer, and I'm in a system where I can I can learn things from here to help people back home. For
Eventually.
instance, building a school is
Mhm.
not easy. You're building a whole school. It's not an easy thing. It requires a lot of funds. Um, a lot of grants and things in our country do not reach some of us, even if we try. Okay. So I'm in a place where even if I'm not getting any grant, at least the labor force is cool. I can work and send the money back home. Still try to impact my country. Ghana has my heart. Ghana will always have my heart. But I saw opportunity and I just took it, which I think everybody else would have taken it. So yeah, moved. Yes, I have moved.
Mhm.
And it's okay. It's good.
So
I'll
the
still do my
average
best.
Ghanaian, right? The average
Mhm.
Ghanaian will tell you that there's money in Ghana. You look at all
There
the
is
cars in
money in
Ghana.
Ghana. I
There's
have to
money in
admit,
Ghana.
there is.
Everyone says there's money in Ghana. So whoever
Yeah,
is saying that they don't have jobs to do, there's money in Ghana. You are
there is
saying
money in Ghana.
you are saying you agree there's money in Ghana. So why is
Yeah.
there unemployment then?
That one, you and I can't see. It's like that's what I'm saying. The opportunities are not being created for us. You see, and if you're an entrepreneur, for instance, as an entrepreneur, you are putting your money in everything that you are doing, and you are being stifled out of it. You are paying like taxes are expensive, shipping costs are expensive. You are being stifled out of the same money by your own people. So, where's the encouragement? Not everybody has the willpower to continue. For instance, I continued my business. I'm still running my business from here. I bring products from African countries to Ghana. Currently one on the market, Sky chili paste, very tasty, flavorful chili paste. And I'm selling it and I'm pushing it. I'm doing my best. When I bring products from a country like Rwanda, and it's a landlocked country, so I use cargo to ship my products in. Do you know how much Swiss, what's their name? Swiss pots.
Mhm.
You know how much they charge? Recently, I was almost being charged out of pocket. $2,000 plus just to clear
Wow.
the goods. And that took a toll on me because how much am I making on it? You know, how much am I making on it? To But I've not given up on it. I'm still bringing more products. I'm bringing new products actually. So the system stifles you. The- it just makes life difficult sometimes. But there's money in Ghana when you find the right thing to do, and you find the right marketing strategies, and you also find out and you also realize that the masses are where the whole thing is. You can make some money. Ghanaians, you think Ghanaians don't have money? This Christmas, watch Ghanaians. So there's money in Ghana. People are making the money right there. And I was doing my best to make some, and I was before I moved. If it was bad, I wouldn't even want to continue the business. I would have closed the business down before I came. But I just said, you know what? I have an accountant. I have one staff. With time, I'll have a second staff. So let the business run. And it's running, and I'm doing my best to push it with my platform and my audience. Because at the end of the day, Ghana is also part of me. Now, home will not be just Ghana, it's the United States and Ghana combined. And when you're living in any of the countries, you have to be comfortable. So you have to work and be stable in both. And that's exactly what I'm doing.
So
So
in
yeah.
Ghana, right,
Hmm.
we seem to be running an import-led economy, and
Hmm.
even for us as the normal Ghanaian, we are going to bring things from other countries. What is stopping us from producing these things like chili paste? That is like pepper, tin tomatoes. Is that it?
No, this is just habanero.
Okay, so habanero pepper in the
Yeah.
paste form.
Yeah.
Okay. So why are we not able to do this in Ghana as well? Why are we not able to produce this in Ghana? Or why did you opt to bring it from Rwanda than produce it in Ghana yourself?
Okay, so I'm not African person, not just Ghana. I believe in Africa, and I believe that Africa can be decentralized. you know. So I decided to run a business where I bring things all around Africa from all African countries. And if you're a Ghana vendor and I find your product something I want to stock, I would reach out to you and stock it. First things first, if somebody can make the chili paste for it to be as flavorful as this one, make it and let me stock it. I went to Rwanda and found a business opportunity and I just tapped into it like any other person. If you have the resources to make it in Ghana, they should make it. We'll sell it. Why not? In Rwanda, the resources are there, the plantations are there, they cultivate habanero a lot, and they do so many things. And it's a business opportunity for me. It's a business hub for me. So I'm not looking at just doing the business in Ghana. I'm looking at doing the business across Africa. So The reverse is moving Ghanaian things to other African countries. That's the reverse for my business.
All the best in going forward,
Thank
Caritas,
you.
with your business, with your charity initiatives as well. So, your last words to those watching you at home.
Mhm,
It could be parents, it could be government, it could be students, it could be
mhm.
anyone off social media watching you today. What would you say to them?
No, I'm not going to say much. Life without God is empty. That's all I'm going to say. You can have all the plans, you can write them down, you can work towards them, but there's one person, there's only one God that can make it all possible. I'm a firm believer of Jesus Christ. And so if you ask me to say anything to anybody, I would say accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and personal Savior, and every other thing will work for your good. Academically, business, family, every other thing will actually work for your good. I'm not going to say go and upgrade your skills, and those things are things you would do anyway. But the life we are living is really about God and what He has called us to do. So when you serve God diligently, He will walk you into your purpose, what He has called you to do. You see, when you're able to walk into what God has called you to do, it's effortless. You push, but you don't push like the way like your life depends on it. Do you understand? So the advice I would give anybody, please accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and personal Savior, and everything will be fine. Okay?
So, to everyone at home, Caritas Aryee says that do not alienate the God factor from your
Mm.
life. Accept Jesus Christ, and
Mhm.
everything else would be added onto you. This has been Life After School. My name is Yaw Agyei, and until next time, like, share, and subscribe.